by this T. We got a lot of news for you this week. Donnie's still traveling the world. Be back here in a couple weeks, but stick around. You want to hear what we got to talk about. Welcome to the patio.
I saw a man rob a bank when I was 10. No, I didn't see the wrong kind. I wished that I would see him. I grew up. Thought was living in my head. Figured the life that I was living, I'd be better off dead. I watched the winners together.
Yeah, it's working. Okay. Hey, everybody. This is Life from the Patio. I'm here with the normal crew and the silent man in the corner. He's back again. So it's Tuesday, February the 9th.
Is he? It's kind of like if a bear shits in the woods.
It's a shadow man.
He tries to make sure he doesn't say anything. But look, he's going to be front and center here. Today's Thursday the 9th. On the 10th, we're going to be dropping our new segment to our show. It's going to be a totally different show on the same channel. What's it going to be called? Bourbon from the Patio?
Bourbon with bastards. I don't
The
know.
bar. Patio with the bar. But anyway, Fortenberry, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But tell them, how are you tonight? Actually, you won't be around next week.
I will
gonna
not.
Be,
we're going. We're taking off tomorrow morning for Orlando. Got last year.
You're going to see Disney? You going or Mickey Mouse? Is that where you're headed?
No, we're not. We won't set foot on a Disney. Well, I was say a Disney property. We won't set foot in the parks. Yeah, I don't care nothing about going. We're going for cheer. It's the last competition of the year.
So I got to ask you a question though. If you're going for cheer, are you a base or are you a high flyer, Fortenberry?
Me?
Or are you a dance? Are you a tumbler? What is your cheer?
Look, I pour drinks in my tumbler and I dance.
Jamie rolls.
The Jamie rolls.
I'm like Jelly Roll.
Like, yeah, he just rolls.
The most homeless of homeless people in the world, Gary. How are you tonight, Gary?
I'm okay. I'm doing good. Doing good today. I'm just glad I'm here.
Doing good today. So were you and Precious Baby supposed to be practicing softball this evening?
I think if it wasn't supposed to rain, I bet you they sent out a text saying, "Hey, we're going to practice today," but they never sent that out. So
Here we are.
Marty, you gonna wave at me?
And the silent man in the corner, Marty Marr, is in. You probably won't hear him say a peep. Though we've never even had a kid in another room as quiet as Marty was the other night.
like a church mouse.
Well, look, a lot going on in the world. Joe Biden's giving us plenty of things to talk about. Russell Brand is all over the news. We got our good, one of our favorites. Steven Crowder's finally back. It's been like 3 months.
I was excited to hear him.
He's
back.
been all over the social media, all over YouTube again. He was sat down with Russell Brand last night to tell everyone that he'll be back on Rumble.
I missed that. Where was that at?
On his channel, Louder with Crowder. So check it out. Go check
I
out
missed
Louder
that,
with
yeah.
Crowder. But Russell Brand talking about how he's back. He's going to have some more talent. He's going to do his own thing. Look, it's been a while.
So they're going to have us on? They're going to have more talent?
And we're not quite there yet.
Okay.
But we're
Yeah,
getting
they're not shooting for less talent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's jump into a couple of headlines. So if you guys remember here a couple of months ago, Adidas parted ways with Yeezy over his anti-Semitic rant.
Has anybody heard a European say that?
Yeezy?
No, Adidas.
Adidas?
Adidas.
Adidas.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
And if you put an S in front of it, Sadidas, it's a pentagram.
A pentagram?
Isn't that what it is when it's spelled the same way front and backwards?
No, that's like a star.
Yeah, pentagram is a
You're talking about like anagram?
Anagram.
Anagram.
That's it.
pentagrams are what you draw on panties. What? Man, I keep getting a wah, wah, wah.
Anyway, Adidas reports $540 million loss over canceling Yee and sitting on unsold Yeezy inventory. Look, Adidas. Anybody from Adidas that's watching, get with me. I'll buy those Yeezys for about $1 on the
$1 a piece.
$1 a piece.
Done.
Right now, all you got. I'll take all $540 million worth for $1 a piece.
$1.
Right, Gary?
Yep.
We'll turn them. We'll
Look.
become millionaires. We'll be millionaires from the patio if they'll let us have those Yeezys for $1.
Look, it won't
a piece.
be long. It'll be like the day after the Super Bowl. You'll have little kids in Africa wearing Yeezys.
Wearing the wrong Super Bowl champion shirts.
You know, there's kids all over Africa right now wearing who played the Super Bowl? Who lost?
I don't.
Look, there's
Nobody
going to be a
really-
huge.
I don't remember
There's
who
going to
played.
be a theme tonight over these, probably for the rest of time here, and it's going to be about this culture war. There's no other way to put it.
I'm ready to go to war.
I think you go to war every day. You are a TikTok warrior, Fortenberry. We all know you, and you're a TikTok warrior, ready to go to war. But what sense does it make that they made all of these shoes and they won't sell them? You know, there's a demand. for
So they won't sell them.
They won't
that's
sell them
not
because
so.
there's a royalty issue. If they sell them, then there's royalty going back to Yeezy.
So they're going.
Kanye.
So they're going to eat
So the-
$540 million.
But they don't want to destroy them and get rid of them because then they'll just be wasting crap.
So that's
I tell you what, sell them to us for $1, and we'll send Yeezy 10 cents on the dollar.
We
for
will.
everything. Yeah. We'll give them $1.10. We'll give them 10 cents on it. But
and we'll let them come on the patio for a second.
I'd love for Yeezy to come on the patio.
We'll ask them some really deep diving questions.
look. We might have to get like some pictures of Hitler up to get him in here, but
Look,
we got to entice him.
we have just redone our studio. Got new camera angles, new lighting. We're working it out. It's getting a little better. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed.
I have a
last
like
episode.
my comp on the bookshelf, and he'll be just feel right at home.
I don't know that he's really that guy or not.
He said he was. I mean, I'm just going by what the man said.
Yeah. He's off the deep end here lately, but that's why I want to get him in here, get some
You're
questions.
gaslighting,
I'm gaslighting. Okay.
making him feel crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling like the EPA right now with the whole Ohio issue, but gaslighting.
But that bar right there feels good. It feels
Maybe
good too, but it tastes
if
good.
they gave Yeezys to all the people of East Palestine, it would make up for the lack of attention. So here comes Joe Biden. Instead of bringing Big Macs, he's rolling in with Yeezys.
That's how you stay connected. Right
Speaking
there.
of Biden, you know he was in. Was it last week or sometime within the last week for Black History Month? He was in Montgomery. Is it Montgomery where they crossed the bridge?
Why
for
can
civil
I
rights?
picture him just like showing up dressed like Black Panther?
Well, hold on. Let me pull it up.
Where the ice cream
So it
comes.
was he. It was Al Sharpton and somebody in a wheelchair. Did you see
I
this
saw the
photograph?
video, yeah.
And I saw a meme that said, "Are any of these people alive?" And it was the most perfect meme because they seem to even struggle to walk.
It looked like
It was
Wicked.
Selma.
It
It was
looked like
Selma
Wicked
when they
that
visited.
Bernie's went on a march.
Y'all need to stop.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Y'all need to
And
stop age shaming. Jeez.
First of all, Al Sharpton ain't nothing but a grifter anyway. The fact that we allow him to walk around the streets and not be in jail is
He's a good speaker though.
that's what no, I should say Billy Madison. That's what Mr. Deed said.
Yeah, that's Mr. D.
Longfellow Deed said that.
Yep.
Also in the news, Steven Crowder. We talked about it a little bit on the intro. Mug Club Forever Louder with Crowder will join Rumble exclusively. So Rumble, we're actually on Rumble at least one episode, 2 episodes maybe. I seem to have slipped adding our other episodes, but we'll follow that up.
You slipped 71 times.
Well, I only started probably at number 50.
It was
Okay,
an
okay.
accident.
We didn't go video
Well,
till
that's-
like number
that's true,
50.
that's true.
We have we really got 20 videos out now? Huh. Hey, our last video had about 24 downloads, views.
Wow.
I got a feeling the bourbon one may set us be our all-time high.
Yeah,
Good.
People love bourbon
People love bourbon.
because people love America.
America.
We'll
And
do a blind-
bourbon is America.
We'll do a blind taste test on some dank too.
On some what?
On that dank. Just
Okay, I was wondering what you said.
All right, Fortenberry, you're going to fill us in. What is some dank?
it'll smoke, man. We'll do a blind smoke test.
Oh,
Man, these old rookies over here.
I totally thought you said something else. I was like, I don't know if I want to do
well,
that.
I wasn't sure which way he was leaning, right? I mean, look, we're big guys.
I
We
went
could
to
do
the-
some blind eat
I went to
tests
the
too.
wrong way initially, so I was already done.
You just went straight to the gutter, didn't
I
you?
did. Went to that's all I heard. I was like, I don't want to blind taste test that.
You don't want to blind taste test that dank.
No, don't want to do it.
Wow. So check us out. Let's get the business partners.
I'm
Go out,
sorry, yeah.
back out, hit the like button. Go like us. Please, we need followers. I tried to go live the other day from the Marty Mars Bar and Grill or Marty Mars Bar, and we couldn't go live because we don't have enough followers.
How many do I have to have
I think you got to have 1,000 followers
on what?
on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Now, I
Oh.
may have a way around that if I had my laptop with me, but I couldn't do it from my phone. And that means you can't go live on TikTok. How many TikTok followers we're up to now?
We're about 700.
Oh, we're creeping on up.
Yep.
We are creeping on up because what'd be great is when we're in the bar recording that we're able to go live.
Can we,
Live.
can we
On
do
something.
TikTok live?
We got to get 1,000.
1,000.
So we're almost to 1,000.
Hey, and on
almost to
TikTok
1,000.
now they're doing 10-minute videos.
Oh.
So you can do a 10-minute video as it is.
Oh, okay.
So you guys know there was the COVID we went through here a few years ago, right? Where they
never heard
shut
of it.
everything down. Never heard of COVID?
Nope.
Yeah. They shut everything down right at 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago to the day, actually. Wait a minute. What is today?
2023.
Eighth is not the
Where
day.
were we at on the 8th of March in 2020?
New Orleans.
This is the 3-year anniversary
Of
of
being lost.
Fortenberry being lost in New Orleans. It
Look,
didn't even occur to me until
What's bad
just
about that?
now.
We didn't say it's a 3-year anniversary of Christopher's bachelor party.
No, you could argue that it's after
ruined it.
midnight. So actually, as this drops, this is going to be the 3-year anniversary of you being lost in New Orleans,
Me being unhoused.
unhoused. And then Gary loved it so much he became dressing like the unhomed
Yes.
or unhoused
I want to be like Jamie. Every day.
Who did?
Every day.
every day. But so that's been 3 years ago. Go back and listen. You can find it on one of the episodes. I think we talk about your story of getting lost in New Orleans. Maybe we told Wes about it. It was the Wes interview.
it was
It was
Wes.
actually one of our first videos we dropped. Okay.
I think it was our very first.
But there is a new deadly virus, the H5N1. We talked about the bird flu. It's deadlier than COVID. It actually kills humans, and it's spreading. Humans right now are not easily infected yet. The next pandemic is
this
just
the,
a few
the
mutations
bird?
away. This is the bird flu, and this is probably one we should worry about. If it really jumps to humans, it kills about 50% of the people it infects, and not 50% of the old people. 50% of the total people.
Well,
so you talking about.
Well, I'm edging
death
toward old now, so I don't want either one
Now
of
that
them.
percentage, I think initially was like 75% was killing. Now it's 50%.
Them serious numbers.
I
Now
mean,
listen.
Either way,
Listen, I tell you what, if them kind of numbers, I'll line up to get a vaccine.
yeah, because I think you.
Oh.
yeah. Well, I don't.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, that was a bad joke, Jamie.
At 50%, if there was a disease or a disease, COVID wasn't a disease. If there was a virus killing 50%, you wouldn't.
Hold on.
I'd be a lot more apt to get that vaccine.
Well, the way they were shooting it back when Fauci was talking about it was about 50%. So,
No, but everybody knew it wasn't.
but everybody knew it wasn't. But
You-
how do you
if
know
there-
this
if,
isn't?
If there's a 50% death rate, you'll be able to know. You'll know real
I
quick.
feel like you'll know, and that's why I felt like we knew in COVID.
I mean, when you look around at half the people you know are gone, you'll be like, oh, yeah.
Where'd
they're-
everybody go?
Yeah.
So we'll probably find that those of us that took the initial vaccine,
Are more-
we're protected from it.
And they're probably,
yeah,
no,
'cause-
they'll probably be more susceptible to it.
Say, look at all these followers we got. We should save them.
The some more. Look, I should have led with this, and I forgot about it. The LEARNS Act that we spent so much time that nobody listened to. The LEARNS Act, and here in the state of Arkansas, passed. It passed the House. It passed Senate. There was an amendment change where it addressed some of the teacher pay scale, but I hadn't been able to find it yet. So, but it passed. It's sitting on
It don't matter.
Huckabee's.
Nobody's going to listen to it if we talk about it.
I know, but
Yeah.
but it's there. It's on Huckabee's desk, so it'll go in effect June 30th.
I'm pretty
of this
sure
year.
she's going to sign it too.
And
you know?
there's
Oh, I'm certain she is.
there's a lot of people that are upset about it. I don't know if we'll see that much. At least initially, I don't know if we'll see that much.
I don't think you
difference.
will see anything in until about 3 years when it finally opens up to everybody. I think you'll start seeing some things move. I do.
I think the places you'll see it impact will be more areas like Northwest Arkansas, Little Rock, where there's a large population
I
and
agree.
multiple schools.
I agree. And I think around here, I don't think you'll see much movement here because
Well,
Marion does have a good school.
Well, not just that.
district here.
There's already a school choice.
Yeah, I mean there is. Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, the only difference is that it allows a parent that homeschools to use the money toward those things and possibly send a kid to private school.
and listen, like I always say, FDK. Nobody wants to be around them kids that much.
Also in the news, look, this is a busy news cycle week, but Tucker Carlson from Fox News, you guys familiar with Tucker?
Yep.
He was able, Kevin McCarthy, the Speaker of the House, allowed Tucker and his team to receive 40,000 hours of video from the congressional building,
The insurrection.
the January 6th
Hold on.
insurrection.
The insurrection.
The invitation.
The insurrection. And look, there were some violent things that occurred. There were a few. They busted windows. They hit a person in the head, but not nearly as violent as anything that occurred in the safe.
A lady got shot. That was pretty violent.
Yeah. But compared to like Portland or Minneapolis or any of those places, this was definitely more of a summer of love type event or a January of love. But there are like over 100 people still in jail waiting trial over this. The infamous QAnon shaman is one of the one front and center. He was the guy that had the buffalo hat on with the horns.
Look, I want to find that hat on the for real. I want that hat.
Could we hang it on the wall?
Yeah.
Hanging on my head. What you talking about? I'm wearing it.
Yeah. Well, find you one. The QAnon. You know you can buy.
Oh, you know I can buy.
You know you can buy a QAnon shaman hat for that. But it shows him walking in very politely, being led around by the Capitol Police.
Seems like it was planned.
Well, but they let him in, and then he's one of the ones that got 4 years in prison. 4 years in prison.
I thought it was 3.
4.
Okay, 4. But still, either way,
he pled guilty.
He was led around. He was within like arm reach of like 9 different cops.
9 different cops. Mm-hmm.
Or whatever White House security personnel. The police, and they were trying to unlock doors for him.
So why was this footage not allowed to be seen by the lawyers or the representatives of these people that were being charged?
Because they wanted to show, they didn't want to show you the planned stuff, That was planned. He brought in there like, hey, let him go to wherever room he wants to.
Look, they can claim that we're downplaying what happened, but
I don't agree with what happened. No,
what happened though?
No, it was wrong. It was trespassing.
It was trespassing. Yes, you're right. It was God Almighty was trespassing. Let's put him to the gallows.
Yep, let's do it.
But you can't tell me that there was not a active FBI, CIA, whatever setup.
They weren't trying to take over America with this.
No,
that was not. Look, if that's what it takes to take over America, we're going to take over America.
There was an old lady on there that looked like my aunt.
We are not going to take over America.
Although she looked like she was walking around waiting for her programs to start.
But what I'm saying, T, is with that much effort that shaman gave to take over America, it wasn't a whole lot.
I've been telling y'all, and with Donnie not here, I can probably say it and he won't jump on me.
Yeah.
But America's weak. America is weak. They're weaker than we probably ever have been. Now, is our military weak? I don't know. But America as a whole, at least our
I think you and Donnie Donnie's talking militarily. You're talking civilian.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah. I think that's the reason we tend to conflict over it. But Americans, I saw a meme the other day, and it maybe wasn't even a meme. It was more of a statement on Jamie's favorite app, TikTok. He might as well be Chinese. We already know he loves the Iranians. I think he loves Chinese now.
I'm Chinese from the waist down. Man, why do I keep getting a bad joke?
Stop culture appropriating your bottom half. Jamie.
It was a Middle Eastern person, maybe an Indian girl it was a Twitter post she'd made, and she had mentioned to her father about how all this is fighting in the U.S. about transsexuals, about kids, about green energy. They're talking about getting rid of 60% of our coal plants, and this man said the problem is, and it was the best summary I've ever heard about it. The problem is that people in the U.S. no longer have real problems like hunger.
No.
So they have to make up stresses and make up problems that they have to deal with. First world problems. Yeah. We have hungry people, but hungry people today just means they're not fat like me. It just means that, I don't know that we have hungry people.
Dude, me and you would be an oddity in like India.
We'd be an oddity 40 years ago. There weren't people.
You're right. Yeah.
Big was probably like Gary's current size, and he looks kind of wormy.
I'm not wormy. No,
he looks kind of wormy.
I think they said what was it? The world's fattest man turn of the century, and I don't mean 1900 to 2000, but previous turn of the century was like 250 pounds.
I
graduated high school at 230.
That's pretty fit. 250, pretty fit.
I graduated high school at 230, man.
Isn't that hard to believe? But that's first world problems. And everything I think we do to try to be better actually ends up putting weight on us or whatever. Someone that's been in the news a lot, we was talking about Yeezy a little bit, Russell Brand. Everywhere I look this week, Russell Brand is out there. And if you not familiar with Russell Brand, he's an English comedian. I considered him liberal for years.
Actor.
I really.
I think he was, and I don't think he's conservative now. I think he's more.
He's realistic.
Yeah,
How about that?
He's
centrist.
He's a realist.
So is that what really is going on? That you either have these far right people, the far left crazies, and then most of Americans are kind of leaning a little bit either way, depending on what the topic is. But we're the silent majority.
America is set up on culture wars. Nobody cares about politics anymore.
It's not really about politics.
No. I mean, the fundamental difference is the right is less government, more stand on your own.
Is it? The rhinos aren't. The far right's not.
The left is more government control, but that's not what. Nobody votes for that anymore. They vote on abortion. They vote on trans rights. They vote on.
Why is abortion the hill we decide to die on?
Which side?
As a people,
just in general.
In general, why is abortion?
Because studies show that most people are. I don't want to say pro-abortion. Most people are accepting of first trimester abortions.
I think
the majority of people.
That is true. I've seen that.
And that's my personal opinion. Now, me personally, I think it's murdering a baby.
That's the way I see it.
But it ain't my baby, so I don't care what you do.
All we got. I mean, if we can ever.
So you just care about your babies, not other people's babies.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I care about y'all's babies, my babies. I mean, I'd slap you in the face if you try to murder your baby, but
if America could ever all come to the conclusion of when a baby begins, then the abortion topic would be gone. But we'll never get to that point.
I don't know. It won't.
We'll never come to a conclusion of when life begins. Never. And that's why the argument will always go on.
Look, if they fundamentally prove life began at conception, it still would make no difference to the hard left. They would still
argue that that's not life.
Well, or regardless, they would say, "Well, I want the right to have an abortion, though."
Yeah.
I don't care.
So if we all come to the agreement that life begins at conception, and the left's like, "Well, it's still my body, it's mine." So if we agree that is life, and the left agrees that that's life, then what's to keep them from killing a 2-year-old?
Look, we can look at Canada.
Yeah.
And take a look at what's going on there, and I don't know how far we are from that. I mean, I think that these are stepping stones. I think that, it was Michael Knowles got in trouble earlier this week. Did we talk about that? We did not. No, that's good. It's not even on my list, but we got to talk about it.
Let me use an example, and I don't. In no way am I degrading or insulting the gay community. I don't. This is just a good example of what you're talking about.
Is it going to get us banned?
No. The TV show Will and Grace.
Great show.
It was a good show.
Well, it was ahead of its time.
Yeah, but it familiarized and made people accepting of gays.
Yeah.
And for right or wrong, whatever your opinion is, it eased us into that. Now we don't bat an eye seeing the gay on TV.
No, it's no more talking about homosexuals now. It's more talking about transsexuals and what we want to do to our kids.
But that's what you're saying. It softens everybody, and then they're more accepting, and they can.
Yeah, that's exactly okay. That is a good lead in. So Michael Knowles, you've mentioned him here a couple of weeks.
I like Michael Knowles. He's a good guy.
Who is that? I guess I know him.
He is a conservative talk show. He has a podcast on the WWIII, the Michael Knowles Show. He likes cigars and bourbon.
He's a big cigar
He's
guy.
guy was on the Jeremy commercial, right?
Yeah, he does Jeremy commercial. Him and Matt Walsh are pretty much the same.
I know young guy. I know. Yeah.
So he was at CPAC. He's probably our age, you guys' age. But he was at CPAC, and he gave a speech. And what he said basically was that the problem is not necessarily that we want to transition children, but that we're accepting of these adults that have transitioned. Now that's become the norm, and the next step is to transition to children. And then he said, we got to eliminate that norm. And then it turned into the left media said he wanted to exterminate transsexual people.
His exact words were he wanted to eliminate the idea of transgenderism.
That was it.
That's what transgenderism. So if you're accepting of transgenderism as an adult, then you have to accept it as a child.
That's one of my issues, the accepting and all this. So as you've stated multiple times, I get on TikTok and argue. And somebody...
You are a TikTok warrior.
I am a TikTok warrior. I'm a keyboard warrior.
Is that a keyboard? That's more of a thumb board.
Yeah. Thumb board.
somewhere.
His thumbs are always
So
sore.
someone made a comment. It was about, you have to. It was, you got to accept people, whatever. And the reference they made was that I hate transgenders. And my response,
that you hate them?
Yeah, that I hate transgenders. My response was, you're confusing me not giving a shit if you exist to me wishing you didn't exist.
Yeah,
that's two different things. I don't have to care if you're there.
I think we've been clear that we love everybody.
I don't.
Everybody
I love
everybody.
everybody. We love everybody. Gary loves everybody. Look at Gary.
Everybody
Gary
loves
loves everybody.
Well, I don't. But
my
I mean, that don't mean I
is-
hate everybody.
My problem is how.
It does, actually.
No, it don't. You can not show love.
Yeah,
The lack of love is not hate.
but
That's not.
but transgenderism, this idea is about you participating with them, and you
Yeah.
don't want to participate.
Like,
I don't care.
I can acknowledge you're a person,
Yeah.
but that don't mean I gotta like you
Exactly.
or agree with you.
I don't have to agree with you or whatever. I agree that you're a person.
We've gotten to the point now where they say they need to tolerate us. They need to accept us. No, nobody has to accept you.
No, it's all about acceptance for them, and you want to accept. I accept that you're a person. Okay, I
right,
understand that, but
we're
I don't have
talking-
to participate in your idea.
We're talking about wokeism. I want to pivot to another story that's very much
Pivot.
along the
I ain't
lines.
seen you pivot in a long time. Do a pivot move.
Oh,
Did I? I'm pretty.
He got to do a drop
I know
step.
you can.
Gary has.
Drop,
Gary has.
drop step.
Okay, I
down.
That
played
drop
ball with-
step, boy.
played ball with
Big
him
T
all
was
the
known
time.
for that drop step.
Wait, behind the back, drop step to T.
Did
Layup.
you? So Virginia, we talked about recently where they didn't identify the honor students, right? They talked
Yes.
about. All right. Well, they go further. This is absurd, and it actually makes me wonder where Virginia is on the map. I guess they're part of DC. Almost. They must have.
They're
the same.
purple.
Yeah. Schools. School that's part of notoriously woke Virginia district bans white and Asian students from college prep program, despite sister school facing AG probe for withholding merit awards to boost equity.
When did the world society start thinking white people were so smart? We need all the prep we can get.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, but I think of it differently.
Why
I think
Asian?
it is that
Yeah.
they think, okay, we're going to hold white people and Asian people back because of the disparities that's provided to the African Americans.
the school might as well call all the black people and say you're not smart.
See, I think it's the other way. They're trying to dumb down the other cultures.
No, I think I look at it the other way. I think you're saying you're not capable of doing this, so we'll hold them back to give you an advantage, and that's insulting.
Why does more people not see it that way?
I don't know, but it's extremely insulting.
I just see it as a nuclear family issue.
Look, if somebody
Now,
told
those
me,
Iranian kids,
Yeah.
they don't even need it.
but if somebody told me they had to stop somebody else from succeeding so I could catch up, I'd be completely insulted.
Yeah. I would be too.
But will the current culture? Will the current? Somebody had this idea.
Some will, but you know what? The black people that fight against that will be called all these racist remarks from their own people.
Uncle Tom's is what they'll say. Yeah.
I mean, they get criticized worse than we do.
They do. What's
Look
the guy out of South
All right,
Carolina?
I got to remember 28 minutes.
Look at
Scott.
elders.
Tim
Look
Scott.
at elders. What's his name for that ran for governor of California?
Elders, California.
Oh,
Tim Scott out of South Carolina.
No, not Tim Scott. No, I'm talking about what's
Larry Elders.
Larry Elders. Somebody dressed like a gorilla threw a banana at him. And it
They
was,
did.
I think it was a white girl.
how is that not racist?
I think it was a white girl.
It probably was.
I think it was.
What? Make it make sense, please.
It doesn't make sense.
Look, I'm announcing tonight. I thought about this today. I'm writing a book. And it's going to be called Common Sense You. I'm writing a book. It starts today, and I'm writing it. It may take me 10 years to write the book.
You gotta start right.
But I'm writing a book, and it's going to be about common sense because we have none. There is no such thing. No. Yeah, because that's the next movement, folks. Everything goes in full circle. Woke people cannot support the woke agenda, and either it leads to this separation of the states, and I hope it doesn't. But I'm not sure. Look, most of America would not be upset if the certain states split from certain other states. Well, they would not. And that ought to scare the hell out of all of us.
Here's the thing that the way I see a lot of people, I do believe that there is racism out there. There still is.
Absolutely.
Yes,
there always will be.
But I'm gonna give a rough
racism is a human condition.
It is, but I'm gonna give a rough estimate of what I would say each argument that falls to. Okay, well you're racist, or this is the reason why because you're white and blah 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 blah. Those are emotional arguments 90% of the time. and you cannot win a emotional argument with logical reason.
There's no way.
There's no way because it's emotional. That changes.
No, you can't argue with a person that's strictly on emotion. They don't want to debate.
They don't want to debate.
They don't want to debate.
They want to start calling you names.
Yeah,
they want
to attack your beliefs.
And then they start labeling you, which, you don't want to label people.
So listen to this. Now, somebody we've discussed him before, I think highly on, and you're talking about good debate. Excuse me. I was listening to Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, he's a controversial figure.
Yeah, I've never heard this, and he made a really eye-opening point. He said that on average, black girls hit puberty about a year ahead of white girls.
I've never heard that.
I hadn't either. And he said it's factual, scientific, look it up.
Okay.
Then he said, then you take the fact that children who grow up without fathers hit puberty a year earlier.
Really?
Because I guess it's a stress to the body, whatever. And I'm not gonna doubt Jordan Peterson because he's way smarter than I am. So his point was,
Holgo may be smarter than you.
Yeah, well, in society, you have a scenario where a white girl who might be 11 looks 9, and a black girl who might be 11 looks 15 or 16.
Yeah,
she's going, more intimidating in a violent situation, even when she just gets upset. And it really made me think. I hadn't really thought about that. That's a good. But somebody commented. This is what I was getting to. Somebody commented. They were talking about the stresses on the body and what it does over generations or whatever.
Puberty so early.
Yep. And somebody brought up blacks have higher blood pressure, and they were saying, was that contributed to the stresses that their ancestors have been under due to slavery, Jim Crow? I thought it was a really good point. My question to that person I asked, what is the comparable blood pressure to the average white Southerner or the African immigrant that's been here 1 or 2 generations?
Yeah.
Because
that's an interesting observation.
It is. I was really, it was a neat.
And it sounds like there is science behind some of that, and at least studies. No, Jordan Peterson is like, I try to listen to some of his stuff. He's a theologian too. It's faith based.
Yes.
And dude he really, really gets out there, and people hate him. Everybody on the left hate him. I'm gonna pivot one more time.
Another drop step.
There's a story from the. You guys have probably heard it by now, but there's a story from the southern border, and I'm not talking about the millions of people crossing it. It was actually the opposite. There were 4 individuals that crossed into Metamoris. Did I say it correctly?
They would have metamorphosed.
Well, they
Metamorphosis.
went in.
They're now butterflies.
They were going to. A lady wanted a tummy tuck.
I'm not going to do dark jokes. I was fixing to.
A lady was wanting to have a tummy tuck, and she and 3 other friends decided to go to Mexico to have the tummy tuck just across the border. Now, why she didn't travel somewhere else, I don't know. But as they crossed the border, a cartel kidnapped the 4 of them. They've now found 2 dead and 2 alive. 2 have been returned home. But it talks about, because I've heard all types of things like, this is an indictment on our medical system. This is an indictment on the drug cartels. This is in that she couldn't get affordable health care. Look, a tummy tuck, I'm sorry, is not a mandatory.
Elective.
That's an elective surgery. And it's a first world problem, as we talked about earlier.
Yes.
Right? But it brings to the surface here, what are we going to do with the southern border? They're telling people now not to go to Cancun, to go to the resort towns.
Look, I would not.
I would not either.
I'm not leaving the country.
That's just.
I'll leave the country.
I will not.
I would not leave the country at this current moment.
About 5-6 years ago, I went on a cruise. We went down through Mexico, went through the Gulf and went through the.
I forgot about y'all going on.
Yeah, we did. We went Roatan and all that. I was nervous as heck. It bothered me.
Watch your mouth.
I know. I had to say heck. I didn't want
dirty mouth boy.
HE double sticks. I was so nervous. But
double what?
Double hockey sticks.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was not. I still now. I don't want to leave the country. I don't.
Like I said, the way everything's going on right now, I have no desire to leave the country. Sure as hell ain't going to. Excuse me. Sure as heck ain't going to.
Heck, yeah.
The southern border.
Oh no.
I'd be scared to go to Canada. I might get suicided.
You could, or you don't want to go to Little Rock. You may get suicided there too.
Were you a known associate of Bill or Hillary Clinton?
Look,
Have you been to Epstein Island, Fortenberry? Look,
he
something
wants to
tells
buy
me.
Epstein
look,
Island.
I'll tell y'all. I actually have a real Bill Clinton story.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh, geez.
So my stepmother she worked for the Arkansas State Police, and she knew a lot of the state police, obviously because she worked there. So one of the state troopers that was hit on his detail, they were this was after he was president, and they were discussing Bill Clinton and all this, and she said, are all the rumors that she is asking, all the rumors they say about his womanizing and all that, are they true?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't know. I mean, you don't know really how true all that is. Of course, we're talking 25 years ago too. And this is a quote from the state trooper. He said, I can clean this up for the kids. He would bang a bush if he thought a snake was in it.
Look, I mean, I don't believe anyone listening or anyone that would ever listen would be surprised by that.
But
right?
I mean, you also.
Have any of you ever met Bill Clinton? I actually
I
met
bet
him. He's very charismatic, fella. He's very charismatic.
Look, I'm gonna leave names out of it, but the fact that him and a former deceased preacher from Earl used to hang out.
Deceased?
You don't remember that?
I don't know. Does Martin Martin?
I've got a story about Bill Clinton from my high school days. So small town Earl High School. I think I was probably a 10th grader. One of my teachers, not professors, but teachers claimed to know Bill Clinton, and we'd gone to Little Rock for a conference of some sort, FBLA or something. And he said, "We will stick around Sunday morning and go to church with Bill Clinton." And I'm like, "Okay, well that's kind of weird."
This one was still governor.
Yeah, he was still governor.
Yeah.
We went to church with Bill Clinton. He sat with us. He knew the guy's name. He probably remembers our name to this day. The guy is very charismatic and very personable person.
I think Bill Clinton's a very smart, charismatic,
Very
likable
smart.
person.
He's
very
probably
smart.
the most intelligent president we've ever had.
If you can go in there and say define the word is,
Dude,
that's just hardcore.
That was stone cold, man.
Stone cold.
That's gangster.
So
Props
I'm
to Bill
going to
Clinton.
read a headline for you, okay? And I think I could replace some of these names with Joe Biden, and it sounds similar. Mysterious deaths related to Russian gas giant Gazprom may have been linked to money laundering scheme benefiting top exec's family and his cronies from Putin's security services. So if I were to change some of those words and maybe drop Ukraine in there, Joe Biden or Hunter Biden, would anybody is that not the same damn story that we've got on our side?
Or you could change that story and say Joe Biden with Putin.
I got a joke for y'all.
Okay, I'm ready.
Did you hear about Joe Biden being in the hospital? He was in the hospital.
No, I haven't heard that, T.
He was sick of Putin. Okay, that's good.
You better hit that button.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I love a good dad joke, though.
That's a good. That's definitely. When I told somebody else that joke, I said that's a Gary joke.
That's a good.
Look, let me tell y'all.
That is a Gary joke.
Because it's a smart joke.
My favorite. I don't know what sticks in my mind. My favorite dad joke. My grandfather told me this when I was 10, probably. So there's I'm trying to remember. I'll get it wrong, but there's a bunch of guys in the bathroom.
Is there going to be a bunch of them? You know what?
No. So the guy going to the bathroom was Russian. Mm-hmm. The guy at the urinal was European. Mm-hmm. The guy leaving was Finnish.
That's good.
But that joke just stuck in my mind.
Hold on, y'all both got dad jokes. Can I say one?
Oh, yeah,
Say your
please,
dad
Gary.
joke. Say
Tell
your
us.
dad joke.
Listen, hey, welcome to Dad Joke Hour from Live from the Patio.
You want to play the wah 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 right now?
It's
already?
dad joke was
There you go.
Fortenberry.
There you go. It was a prelude to my joke. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So what does a bee sit on?
Marty's throat.
That was a good one.
We're going to tell that story.
Tell that story.
We'll tell that story.
What's the B set on?
His behind. That was a good one.
Definitely in the category of dad joke. All right.
We need to sit around one day and just do nothing but dad jokes.
All right,
I have tons of them.
This is probably one of the last stories, unless you guys got something to talk about. Biden to tax families worth more than $100 million to pay for the biggest federal pay raise since Jimmy Carter. and the largest peacetime military budget in U.S. history. Are we at peacetime? I mean, I read that. And
but are they not already taxed?
And he thinks he can reduce the deficit by $2 trillion.
Hold on.
He's going to give a 5.2% raise to federal employees, and he's only going to raise the tax on those that make over $100 million 3%. I'm a little confused.
Anytime you're compared to Jimmy Carter, it's not good because Jimmy Carter is like the most disliked president of all time.
The worst. I would say the worst.
Like people like Nixon more than Jimmy Carter.
No, you said that wrong. You said that wrong.
Worst president.
Yes.
Worst. My bad.
Yes, not dislike. He is one of the most beloved presidents.
Okay. Worst president ever was Jimmy Carter.
This thing claims that he's going to increase taxes on those making more than $400,000 from 3.8 to 5%. So it doesn't sound like much, right?
He's going to increase what?
Hold up. Why am I paying 27%?
Was he increasing? Hold on.
I don't understand any of this. Okay, it doesn't make sense.
Just
but
it also sounds like 3% to 5%.
It sounds like
we're
Washington.
27.
It sounds like Washington math is what it sounds.
It's Washington math.
That's what it is.
Hey, but our interest rates on our mortgages are going up, so there's that.
Hey, I saw a lady talking today.
Not on mine.
Not on mine. Mine's fixed, but I'm just saying. Don't buy a new house.
So apparently, in the last 6 months, there's been, let's say,
I do have a few more stories.
5% of auto loans have started going under, and they say that's a prelude to home mortgages.
Well, there's more too, because for the first time since 2009, credit card debt surpassed savings. It's credit card debt's at an all-time high. What happens when people reach their max and they can no longer get any more credit? Spending stops.
Bankruptcy.
That's it. Look. I've got a story.
All I'm gonna say is us people that make decent money and have no credit, we're ahead of the curve.
That's what I'm talking about, Jamie.
We got to tackle by the balls, man.
Look, here's a story.
The tail.
There's a guy here that says the stock market will crash in 60 days. It's an author that he warned about the Lehman Brothers collapse. He says in 60 days it's going to collapse, that they're going to keep raising rates, and once the returns start to come in from the first quarter, the stock market's going down.
So the lady I listened to, she said that car loans are a prelude to mortgages.
Yep.
And the way she phrased it is exactly right. Vehicles are far more important than homes.
They are.
Because you needed to travel, to get to work, and all this. Yeah. You can rent a home.
Let me give you a number. I saw this. I think it was on the PDB podcast. So I'm going to try to do some math, so follow along with me. It won't be on the screen, but maybe I'll put a link to his podcast. So in 2019, the average cost of a vehicle was $32,000. Okay. In 2023, it's $47,500. The average, hold on.
I already know what you're saying.
Yeah, the average interest rate was 3% in 2019. Today it's 6% for a car loan. The average number of payments was 60 in 2019. Today it's 79.
79? You can go above 72?
You can go 80 months now.
You can go 80 months? Jeez.
Yeah. So check this out though. You know what? So the $32,000 car at a 3% interest rate over the 6 years is a $500 payment roughly.
Yeah.
Do you know what 6% over those 80 months is for $47,000?
At 80 months, $47,000. It's probably like a $800 note.
$900.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think right now they said the average note is $700.
And the average income for family only moved from $68,019 to $74,000 in 2023.
Also,
it went up 10%.
So the average note is $700.
How are people paying this?
Is this just new cars, or is this every car?
Hey,
every car.
They said 3% of car notes are $1,300.
That's more than my mortgage.
13. That's pretty close to my mortgage. Oh my gosh.
So what they're saying, once again, I referenced the lady I saw. She said, if you're in the car market looking for a vehicle, wait 2 months, or wait till the second.
Till it crashes.
Well, she said wait till the second quarter.
Yeah,
because they're expecting a massive fall.
Look, I know we talk about World War III, but if the dollar crashes like it could, we talked about the petrodollar a couple weeks ago. Go find that out. Look it up online. If the economy continues on the path it's on, what happens economically is going to be far worse than probably anything we can end up with.
Let me ask you this: being a guy with right down the road was talking yesterday, why do they not include cell phone bills and utilities and all this in credit?
I don't know.
I know why.
Why?
Why is this?
He knows the answer to his question when he asks.
He does.
Because you make more money if you have higher interest rates. Everybody pays their phone bill or their cell phone bill. Well, not everybody. Most people pay their cell phone bill.
Yeah.
Which would drive your your credit score up.
Well, let's talk about this though. Let's talk about this. People that pay, say, rent for 10 years, okay, they never miss a rent payment.
Yep.
But their credit still stinks.
But
they can't get a mortgage. That makes no sense.
Nope, makes no sense. If you're paying your rent every day or every month,
it's because the system's rigged. Look, the system is biased.
People make more money. Companies make more money by the higher interest rates.
And the system is not biased based on race. It's biased toward poor people. Poor people are really the most taken advantage of people. They have the least amount of money, and people take the most money from poor people.
They do.
Cigarettes. Most people that smoke are poor people, and they're taxed. Have you seen the price of a pack of smokes?
My wife smokes. We're poor as shit.
Oh, my God. No, but really, it is.
But, Jamie, did you stop dipping?
I stopped dipping cold turkey. I stopped dipping.
In the pack of smokes.
Mag was a week old when I stopped dipping.
Yeah, it's been a while back.
Dude, that was tough.
Isn't a pack of name brand smokes like $8 for a pack?
Yeah,
for a pack.
Hey, can of Skulls, $7, $8.
All right, I got a couple more quick stories because Jamie will be excited about this. Go ahead, Goff. You had something you want to say?
I don't know what I was about to say.
Okay. All right. So, look, we may lose Jamie after I tell him this story. Okay. I don't think he knows about that. I'm just saying. He may jump up. No, you may jump up right now and just leave and join the Boogaloo Boys. They're plotting a comeback.
Boogaloo Boyer.
They say they will go to war. Dozens of arrests fueled speculation that the Hawaiian shirt-wearing, gun-loving, anti-government group. Boy, this really does sound like Jamie, doesn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of which, I found me a Hawaiian shirt. It's a Bush Light Hawaiian shirt.
There you go. And it appears they're coming back, and they're angrier.
Me and Marty getting them.
They're angrier than ever. So the Boogaloo Boys are coming back.
We didn't leave.
Have you guys heard of a drug called Zaza pills?
Zaza?
Yeah.
It sounds delicious.
Isn't that like a toy or a pet that goes in a little ball?
They're calling it.
No, that's Zuzu Pet. Zuzu Pet.
Oh, I was thinking a gerbil and a.
No, you were thinking PVC pipe or something like that.
Mississippi. Mississippi just became the latest state to take steps to ban tineptine, a drug that's been dubbed gas station heroin, because it mimics opioids and causes severe withdrawal in some users. The drug sold under the names like Zaza and Tiana has been linked to fatal overdoses. So this is an over-counter.
See, man, people need to stay away from that stuff. Just do the stuff that God intended.
Coke.
Well, I don't know about coke, but like shrooms,
marijuana,
the good stuff,
all the natural stuff. You know.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more story, at least for me, and then we'll go final thoughts here. Maybe Marty will provide.
I got one thing to add at the end of this. So keep going.
Keep going. So look, we talked about AI, right? Chat GTP. We talked about it, and
I talked about Allen Iverson.
I heard South Park's doing an episode on Chat GPT tonight.
Really?
On Wednesday night.
All right, we need to check it out. So there's the risk of deep fakes, and what that is, they take someone and they create a video that sounds like them, looks like them, saying something. So it's already done. High schoolers made a racist deep fake of a principal at their school threatening black students.
Look, all I can say about this is anything you hear me say inappropriate, it was a deep fake.
Deep fake. Is this like you fake a shot from 3-point range? I don't know.
Just a second.
I
don't know if he was there. I don't know if he was there, but do you remember this reference? Billy fakes left. Billy fakes right. Billy fakes faking left.
Fakes, yes.
Well, look, boys.
Billy Tubbs was playing basketball with us one day.
I remember him.
You remember Billy Tubbs?
Mm-hmm. I remember Billy Tubbs.
Actually, a really good guy. Just different.
Mike Day. Mike
Day.
I miss on Mike. I ain't seen Mike Day in years.
He's a good guy.
I seen him like somebody's post here a couple of days ago or something. I was like, dude, that's Mike Day.
I didn't know he's married. He's married.
Oh yeah, he's married.
Yeah, he's been married for a while. I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
their babies probably need dental work, but. All right, so look, that's all I got tonight. How about a little parting word? All right, Gary, I'm gonna go with you first.
That's not parting words.
Oh, it's not
parting words. So I want to talk about this Andrew Tate thing. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What did he say?
He is apparently he recently stated that he'd prefer to have sex with a transgender woman who's biologically male that's really hot over a very ugly woman. So the way he described it, it's a 10 transgender woman that's like looks like Megan Fox, had all the surgeries to look like.
So he really have sex with a good-looking man.
Hold on, yes,
than an ugly woman.
Okay, and it still has twigs and berries. Okay, but everything else,
dude, I'll be banging fat chicks all day long before I do a man.
And the one, so that's the 10. The one is supposed to look like Hulk Hogan, but got it's got the normal woman stuff.
Kind of like China.
Give me the Hulk Hogan. I want a woman. I like women.
So why is that?
Because I'm that gay.
Makes sense.
Are you asking why Jamie would or why Andrew Tate would?
I don't know about why Andrew Tate would.
I'm not even going to ask Gary what he would do.
Oh, I know what I would do.
Hey, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and I behold having an actual woman and not a man.
I pick my wife.
You know what? That answer don't count. That answer don't count. Gary, would you rather?
Hey,
would
Jamie,
you rather have
hold
sex?
on, Jamie. Would you pick his wife?
Yeah, I'd pick his wife too. You're right. Good answer, Gary.
Yeah,
but I think it's naturally I would pick the big ugly woman over the
absolutely.
Yeah, because I think the other stuff gets in the way. Gets in the way. You gotta get her out of it. Get her out of my way.
Yeah, I'm not trying to dock.
All right. Now we're going to party thoughts. What's your parting thoughts for me?
All right, Orlando, I'm coming your way. Tomorrow morning I'll be two double Woodfords in the air. Coming your way, baby.
Hey, can you put a sticker in the bathroom on the airplane?
I'll put them on the pilot's.
There we go. We're going to have a sticker. All right, Gary, parting words for you.
I'm gonna be at Marty Mar's bar pretty soon, and I think we're gonna do a blind taste test with everything he's got in his bar, and I'm really excited.
And we're bringing a little something.
I'll bring some stuff.
Y'all wait till I get back.
But
damn,
I'm gonna mostly drink Marty stuff though.
Look,
that's the spirit.
Join us tomorrow. We're gonna drop first episode of Marty Mar's bar.
No, that's Friday.
That's tomorrow.
No,
Today's
not.
Thursday.
Today's Thursday, Jamie.
My bad.
Outlaw.
Hello.